We live in an era defined by relentless economic growth and the pervasive message that more is always better. From advertisements bombarding our senses to societal norms subtly dictating our aspirations, the pursuit of wealth often becomes an unquestioned objective. Yet, amidst this ceaseless striving, a curious paradox emerges. Does the accumulation of ever-increasing material possessions truly translate into a richer, more fulfilling existence? Or does it inadvertently lead to a depletion of our most finite resource, time? This is the central question that financial minimalism seeks to address. It stands as a counter-narrative to the dominant ideology of limitless accumulation, proposing that by intentionally focusing on acquiring less material baggage, we can unlock a life brimming with experiences, purpose, and crucially, time. Welcome to Money Deconstructed, where we delve into the often unexamined foundations of our financial lives. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the profound concept of financial minimalism and how the conscious embrace of enough can be truly abundant. The notion that more equates to a better life has deep historical roots, intertwining with the rise of industrialization and the subsequent development of consumer culture. Over time, this idea solidified into a seemingly self-evident truth, fueling economic models predicated on perpetual growth and individual aspirations for constant upward mobility. However, a closer examination reveals the inherent limitations and potential pitfalls of this axiom, particularly when viewed through the lens of individual well-being and societal impact. Consider the psychological phenomenon known as the hedonic treadmill, which suggests that after an initial surge of happiness from acquiring something new, we quickly adapt to our new level of material comfort, requiring ever more to achieve the same level of satisfaction. This constant chasing of fleeting happiness through possessions can lead to a cycle of dissatisfaction, where pursuit of more becomes an end in itself, obscuring the deeper values and experiences that truly contribute to a sense of fulfillment. At its core, financial minimalism is not about deprivation or living in a state of perpetual austerity. Instead, it represents a deliberate and intentional approach to managing our finances and possessions, driven by a conscious alignment with our values and priorities. It's about recognizing that material wealth is a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness lies in its purposeful application rather than its sheer quantity. A key aspect of financial minimalism is the concept of enough. This is not a fixed number or a universal benchmark, but rather a deeply personal assessment of what truly suffices to meet our needs and support a life rich in experiences and meaning. It distinguishes itself from mere frugality, which often stems from economic necessity, and from poverty, which lacks the element of conscious choice. Financial minimalism, in contrast, is an active decision to prioritize quality over quantity, experiences over things, and time over the relentless pursuit of more. To truly understand financial minimalism, we must delve into the psychological forces that shape our relationship with money and possessions. Consumerism, as a dominant cultural force, thrives on our innate desires and insecurities, often fueled by sophisticated marketing techniques that tap into our longing for status, belonging, and happiness. This is further compounded by the deeply ingrained fear of scarcity, an evolutionary adaptation that once served to ensure our survival, but can now be easily manipulated to drive unnecessary consumption. Social comparison theory also plays a significant role, as we often evaluate our own financial well-being and material success relative to others. This can lead to a perpetual cycle of wanting more, not out of genuine need, but to keep pace with or surpass our peers. In contrast, embracing simplicity and detaching from the relentless pursuit of material validation can yield profound psychological benefits, including reduced stress, increased mental clarity, and a greater sense of control over our lives. The conventional view often portrays money as the ultimate goal, the yardstick by which we measure success and security. However, financial minimalism encourages a fundamental shift in this perspective, urging us to view money not as an end in itself, but as a tool, a means to facilitate a life aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. This redefinition allows us to move beyond the endless pursuit of ever-increasing sums and focus instead on how much money is truly necessary to support the life we genuinely desire. When we identify our core values, whether they be spending time with loved ones, pursuing creative endeavors, contributing to our communities, or simply having the autonomy to choose how we spend our days, our financial decisions can become more intentional and purposeful. This perspective also brings a renewed appreciation for the time value of money, not just in terms of investment returns, but in the direct trade-off between spending our resources and acquiring the precious commodity of time and freedom. Financial independence, often a cornerstone of minimalist financial strategies, then becomes less about accumulating a vast fortune and more about achieving a level of financial security that allows for greater control over our time and choices. The transition to financial minimalism is not an overnight transformation, but rather a gradual process of conscious adjustments in our habits and mindset. One of the first practical steps involves cultivating mindful spending, which entails increasing our awareness of where our money is going and questioning the motivations behind our purchases. This can involve tracking expenses, reflecting on our spending patterns, and distinguishing between genuine needs and impulsive wants. Another crucial strategy is the intentional decluttering and simplification of our possessions. This process not only frees up physical space, but can also have a profound psychological impact, reducing the mental clutter associated with owning excessive items. Budgeting, when approached through the lens of our core values, becomes a powerful tool for aligning our financial resources with what truly matters to us, rather than simply reacting to external pressures or ingrained habits. Finally, developing strategies for resisting the constant barrage of consumerist messages and social influences is essential for maintaining a minimalist financial approach in a consumption-driven world. The concept of financial minimalism, while gaining traction, is not without its critics and can often be met with skepticism or even outright dismissal. One common critique is the assertion that it is inherently anti-capitalist, as it seemingly discourages the very consumption that drives economic growth. While financial minimalism does advocate for more conscious and less wasteful consumption, it does not necessarily reject the principles of a market economy, but rather encourages a more thoughtful and sustainable engagement with it. Another frequent objection is the perception that financial minimalism is impractical, particularly in societies that often equate material success with personal worth. Concerns about financial security, the need for a safety net, and the desire to provide for future generations are valid and must be addressed within the framework of intentionality, rather than simply equating minimalism with deprivation. Furthermore, the idea that financial minimalism advocates for poverty is a significant misinterpretation. Its focus is on conscious choice and sufficiency, not on a lack of resources, and its applicability can vary significantly across different socioeconomic contexts, beyond the individual benefits. The principles of financial minimalism also hold significant implications for the broader societal landscape. From an environmental perspective, a widespread adoption of mindful consumption patterns could lead to a substantial reduction in resource depletion and environmental degradation. By questioning the societal emphasis on material status, financial minimalism also has the potential to foster more equitable and less judgmental social structures, where individual worth is not solely determined by one's possessions. In a world grappling with issues of overconsumption and its consequences, financial minimalism can be seen as a form of quiet resistance against dominant cultural narratives that equate happiness with endless acquisition. It prompts us to consider the long-term sustainability of our current consumption patterns and to envision a future where well-being is prioritized over mere material wealth. Ultimately, the growing interest in financial minimalism suggests a potential shift towards more mindful and sustainable lifestyles, challenging the very foundations of our relationship with money and possessions. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration into financial minimalism, it becomes clear that this is more than just a set of budgeting techniques or a lifestyle trend. It represents a fundamental shift in perspective, a conscious decision to prioritize time, experiences, and genuine fulfillment over the relentless pursuit of material accumulation. By embracing the concept of enough, we empower ourselves to break free from the cycle of consumerism and reclaim our lives from the demands of an ever-increasing appetite for more. The journey towards financial minimalism is a deeply personal one, requiring introspection, a reevaluation of our values, and a willingness to challenge the ingrained societal narratives that shape our financial behaviors. However, the potential rewards are immense. A life less cluttered, less stressful, and ultimately more aligned with what truly matters. We encourage you to reflect on your own relationship with money and time, and to consider how the principles of financial minimalism might offer a pathway to a richer, more abundant life. not through having more, but through intentionally needing less. Thank you for joining us on Money Deconstructed.